All right, so let's duplicate the last test. The title for this new test is it should return 200 if we have a valid request. So we don't need these two lines anymore. We simply send a valid request and ensure we get a 200 response. So save, back in the terminal, you can see we have one failing test. Beautiful. So let's go back to our route handler. Now, what is the simplest code that we can write to make this test pass? Well, here we check to see if this rental is already processed. If we pass this point, that means we're dealing with a valid request. So we can simply return response.status. We set this to 200 and just send an empty response. Make sure to call the send method. Otherwise, if you just call status, you're not returning a response to the client. So, however, if we save this change, the first test that we wrote to make sure that only authenticated clients can call this endpoint, that test is going to fail. Let's see that. So save, back in the terminal, see, we have one failing test, and this is the test that ensures that this endpoint should return a 401 error if client is not logged in. So now that we have reached this stage, we can get rid of this line and add our authorization middleware. So delete. On the top, let's import our auth middleware. So one level up, middleware/auth. We get this function and store it here, and then pass it as a second argument to the post method. Save. Now all our tests should pass. There you go. Beautiful. Now here's your next exercise. I want you to make sure that when we process this return, we're going to set the return date on the rental object. You will see my solution next.